All right, I'm Barton George. We are on the We Love Open Source podcast here at All Things Open, and I'm here with Lisa Marie. How are you today?
I am very well, and I'm so happy to be here with you. We go way back in open source.
Yes, we do. At least 2 years. No, way before that. So tell people who don't know you, who are you? What do you do? What's your background?
Yeah, long-term community architect, built the San Francisco Bay Area original OpenStack community, then Kubernetes community. It's one of the largest CNCF communities. I think right now the meetup is called SF Bay or Cloud Native Silicon Valley. So you can look for that if you're in the San Francisco Bay Area. We run a lot of meetups. And in recent times, we've been going from building user groups to actually building conferences. So we just did Kubernetes Community Day, San Francisco. I do a conference called KubeCrash, which is virtual, kubecrash.io, all things open, of course. But that's kind of what the new community building is. It's getting people together around these events. So I do that. But then I'm also at Intuit. And at Intuit, I run a developer relations team of about 30 people. We have developer advocates. We have a technical marketing wing, and then we have the technical learning. So the team is in charge of all the AI trainings. Really, the team is responsible for the development velocity of our 8,000 internal developers at Intuit. And then along with the internal developers, we also, of course, have the open source element. We maintain the projects that we started, like the Argo Proj, Numaproj, but we run on Kubernetes. People don't always realize that QuickBooks and TurboTax and Credit Karma and MailChimp all run on Kubernetes, on Prometheus, on all of this open source software. So of course we want to maintain that as well. So our team does a lot of community work in those areas.
So you just mentioned Numaproj, and I'm glad you said that because I wasn't exactly sure how to pronounce it. But what is it, and why does it get you excited? What makes it so cool?
Yeah, Numaproj on GitHub, NumaFlow is the technology, and it's actually a Kubernetes native event streaming platform. You can think of it as AI Ops. And it came out of the same team that developed the Argo project. Mm-hmm. They started at a company called Appalatics, which Intuit bought. Mm-hmm. Intuit runs, Kubernetes is hard. I don't know if you've noticed that.
That's what I've heard. Yeah, that's what the kids say.
Yeah. So if you run your like business, your critical business, products like the ones I just mentioned, and so many workflows, if you're running that on Kubernetes, sometimes you have to do things to make Kubernetes a little easier. Mm-hmm. So we've done a lot of, our own work around Kubernetes, and then at one point we built Argo CD so that we could, kind of just make GitOps a little bit easier, or a lot easier, we should say. And then when you build that, because you need it, of course, you think other people might need it too. We all have these same problems as end users. So open source is always the way to go. Why have 4 developers or 400 developers when you could have 4,000 developers? And now, of course, Argo is the 3rd most popular project in the CNCF.
Oh, wow.
So the community is huge now, and it's wonderful. Red Hat plays a big role. Acuity, CodeFresh. There's so many maintainers, and we are still maintainers of it because we still use it, we still need it. So along those same lines, we had to develop something to do event streaming and bringing AI into the fold. And so the same team developed NumaFlow and a project called Numaproj. It's already got a lot of stars on GitHub. It's already got a lot of customers, like Lockheed Martin uses it, a couple big names. If you go on GitHub, you can see some of the other users and contributors. So we're really excited about it. If you ever see us at a show, stop by the booth. We have the oh, I'm wearing it. The logo is the cute little bear.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, his name is Numi.
Okay.
So
looks like he's a... Is he a polar
bear?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's cool. Get it? Polar bear.
Oh my gosh, of course you did that.
Dad joke.
Yes, and he wears a little scarf that has his buddy Argo on it. And Admiral, a lot of the projects that we've been working so hard on. GraphQL, Intuit, I want people to know about Intuit open source. It's not something that people really think of.
Yep.
And they don't think of Intuit necessarily as a technology company, but as the founders of Argo and Numa would say, we built a backstage before backstage. We have an unbelievable AI-driven platform that really aids to that development velocity of developers I mentioned.
So you kind of touched on this there, but how is AI being used in community projects specifically? Are there ways that you've seen it?
Yeah, I mean, if like for Argo Proj, like when you want to, like if you're doing this, in fact, we just had a talk. Not supposed to say that because we're not supposed to be at a conference, but. So like at All Things Open and at other conferences, sometimes we present Argo, sometimes we present Numa, and we'll show a demo where like if you have like a build or deployment and you have a failure, you need to have some Gen AI just automatically generate your emails or your notifications or the kind of PR details. There's a lot of AI that's built into these things to make things go a lot faster. We also have a lot of done for you experiences that just make the development go a lot faster. Obviously with the code assist stuff that came in, that's huge. And then with my team in tech learning, we have to build all those AI trainings. AI proficiency is a really, really, really big thing, and we've leaned really hard on it. It's a big component of the builder culture at Intuit. So we are training our developers, lots and lots of AI training. So we're definitely leaning into it, but AI is pretty much everywhere. You can't really get away from it. And there's always something new, and it's getting better. Definitely leaning all in on AI.
So if you were starting out today, you've been in the industry a while, as you start out with, if you were talking to a young Lisa Marie, how would you? What would you tell them to do, or what if they want to join an open source project or get involved in the area?
Yeah, there's lots of ways to contribute to open source. A lot of people say, "Well, I don't really have time to be a maintainer." That's one job in open source. There are many. I mean, you can fix a typo in someone's docs. You can, that's a pull request right there. Mm-hmm. There's so many different ways. There's community building that needs to happen. These open source communities do not work if they don't, these open source projects do not work if they don't have a vibrant community. And so you have to make sure you have that. And like if you're starting an open source project, the community is massive. The docs are a hugely important component of that. I always, I've been running DevRel teams for a while, and sometimes when I go into smaller companies and to build a DevRel team, I'm going straight for the doc writers. Your doc writers are your original DevRel. So that's
I hear that a lot, but people still seem to not get through the head.
I mean, you've been in open source. How hard is it when the open source project doesn't have good docs?
Right.
It's very, very difficult. So if you can solve that problem, and that gets even harder in big companies. When I've been in smaller companies, the docs teams have been unbelievable. In big companies, it's very, very difficult. So you got to deliberately focus on that. I've been hearing, AI is going to solve that problem. You can use AI for some things, but you still need the data to go in to the model to be clean and to be able to use AI. So we still need our docs teams. We still need our community architects. Need humans, and then we do a lot of talks about diversity, inclusion. What's the ethical side of all of this? Responsible AI. Mm-hmm. If you do not have humans at the core of what you're doing, then you're not going to develop human-centric technology.
Right.
So that's a massively important part. If you don't have a diverse team working on your models are not going to have diversity, and you're going to create incredibly dangerous situations. So we need humans really badly still.
That's good to know.
Yes.
You've already hit a lot of these things that I was going to ask. So you know what we're doing now? Hot Fix Minute. I don't even know I told you that one before. So what I'm going to do is give you the answers. You select which one you'd go with, right? Just sort of off the top of your head. You'll understand as soon as I start out here. Numero uno, that's one. Linux, Mac, or Windows?
Mac.
All right. Books, movies, or podcasts?
Books.
Pizza, salad, or tacos?
Tacos.
You're getting all the right answers. Rock, country, or hip hop?
All of them.
Star Wars, Star Trek, or stargazing?
Stargazing.
Android or iPhone?
iPhone.
ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini, or some write-in candidate?
ChatGPT.
The future of AI is either society will benefit, or I'd rather not say the chatbots may be listening.
Society will benefit.
I like that. And with that, Lisa Marie, thank you so much.
Thank you, Martin. Good to see you again.
Good to see you.